Hey guys, Corey here with SlashGear. Today I have the Sony Tablet P to unbox real quick. There it is, the Sony Tablet P, latest and greatest tablet from Sony with AT&T 4G. It's not LTE, but really quickly we're going to unbox it. In case you're not too familiar with the Sony Tablet P, it's that dual screen, clamshell design, Sony PlayStation certified device running on Android Honeycomb. So there it is real quick. Pull it out. We'll go more into the hardware in a second. But in the box was a fat 3080 milliamp battery. Goes inside. And then inside the box, as usual, we have the charger and some paperwork. It is a proprietary charger. It does have a micro USB slot, but it needs this proprietary charger to work, even though it's only a 3000 milliamp battery. But either way, we're going to throw that aside and get to the actual hardware. And there it is, the AT&T. It's actually HSPA Plus 4G. And over here you can see the Sony certified PlayStation right there. Sony PlayStation certified little icon. And just a quick tour around this clamshell designed dual core gaming tablet, multimedia device, whatever you want to call it here. But pull it open, it's got this nice little slot to help. And there it is. Dual 5.5 inch screens. Real quick on the rundown, we have a 5 megapixel camera on the rear. We have a VGA front facing camera. And then two 5.5 inch screens with 1024 by 480 resolution. So they're not extremely high resolution, but they're good enough. They're pretty high considering they're 5 inches. I mean, they're no Galaxy Note with large resolution or anything. But then under the hood, where some real power is, we have the 1 gigahertz dual core NVIDIA Tegra 2 processor on board, 1 gig of RAM, 4 gigabytes of internal storage. Under the cover there is a 2 gigabyte micro SD included. Kind of wish they'd give you more than 2 gigabytes, especially if you're going to be playing a bunch of Sony PlayStation games. But then if you can see right here, we have the volume rocker, we have the micro USB slot that will sync. It does not charge. I've tried it. And the charging proprietary button that's in the box, and the power button. Then over here, 3.5mm headphone jack, and then sadly, if you can see that on screen, we have one tiny little rivet for the speaker grill. So it does get plenty loud, but if you cover that, it kind of loses its sound quality quite a bit more than I was hoping. So we'll quickly hit that button, turn it on, get those dual screens booting. Again, this is the Sony Tablet P, available March 4th, tomorrow on AT&T. It will be $399 with a new 2-year contract. So not bad because, you get quite a bit here, and you get that 4G connectivity. But let it boot. Give it a second here. It's got a nice clamshell design. It snaps easily, and it's durable, and it's not gonna come open on you on accident. So it's got a good feel once you pop it open. There it is, Android 3.2 Honeycomb, and we can kind of flip through that a little bit just to show you a little look. It's smooth, it's swift. It works pretty good with the dual screens. Obviously not everything is going to work with the dual screen, things like the Android Market, whatnot, because those are Google apps and they've kind of controlled that. But here, if you want to try like move an app, you can see it kind of goes between both, and you can just let it go. Ooh, a little bit of delay there. Let's try that again. Go back in there, try to move an app around, and there it is. So it's a little delayed going from top to bottom. Actually, no, it's not. You just gotta do it a little harder. So if you just slide your finger through, well, it worked for me the first time. You move it over, and then the screen's like usual. You can move things over to the next screen on Honeycomb, just like we're all familiar with, so nothing too new there. The app tray is a little different. They've got this unique white app tray. But real quickly, let's show you something with the dual screens. Not pre-installed, but available at launch. Sony has mentioned there's about 40 applications that will take full advantage of both of the 5.5 inch dual screens. Something like the Android Market for now does not. But when you do things like typing, You know, it works quite well. Go in here, and you have that screen on the bottom to go ahead and type up something. So this is a little bit more of an unboxing and a you know, kind of a first look just to see. I mean, web browsing, if you can see some of those words. Let's scroll up a little bit more. You know, Apple blasts through 25 billion, and as you scroll, you see it instantly appears above the bezel, so they've done a good job with the bezel, but you won't actually miss words because of the bezel. But I don't know if you can see that on video too well, but it does kind of cut into it a little bit. See, you don't really actually miss any of the words. So the way the bezel works, obviously we wish there was not a bezel between them, but you can only get so much. But let's see here, Crash Bandicoot, bunch of Sony PlayStation certified games, of course, and yeah, Crash Bandicoot. Turn the volume up. But there it is, a quick look at the Sony Tablet P, dual core, dual screen, nice little device here. If you hit a couple of the buttons on the back, it will actually pop off the back, and under here is that 3080 milliamp battery, and then right there is the micro SD for extra storage. You're going to be playing plenty of games. You're going to need all that storage. But real quickly, we're going to snap that back on. And just for a comparison with the screen sizes, might not work because it's turned off. I have the Samsung Galaxy Note, so you can see 5.3, 5.5. You can clearly see those are quite large screens. In terms of actual size, you know, it is a little thicker than a device, but you know, or even this side. So as far as the size is concerned, it's not extremely thick, and then once you shut it, you do have kind of a bulky device, but that's, you know, that's going to come with the clamshell design. Hopefully we see more things like this in the future. But that was it. Quick look at the Sony Tablet P with AT&T. Be available shortly. Stay tuned for a full in-depth SlashGear review. Thanks for watching, guys.